Long week. Hi everyone. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Oh, okay. Hi everybody. Show me this stuff. Let me see. What am I? Camera is or my light is whatever. Okay, let me do this later on. I'm going to pay attention to it. Say hello, everyone, when you come in. Hello, come on in. Say hello, come on in. Say hello. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Okay, this, I think it's time for me to get some new. Okay, why in the fair get done? But until until it goes like it's not coming on again ever. Okay, now this is getting frustrating. What's going on, people? Okay, let's see. Hi, everybody. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Real Diva Deluxe. That's lovely. Hi, everyone. Mr. Uche, say hello first of all before you start asking questions. Hello, Miss Elena Sanctuary. How are you? We're still very traditional and cultural people. Say hello first of all before you ask questions, right? Just saying. Yeah, like the limbs do very, very African. Yeah. That's how someone sent me an email to like, hey, Abisola. I was like, no, I don't know you like that. It's either Miss Olole or Anthony Olole. I worked hard for that title. So I don't know you that way. And I'm very, very African, especially when I'm almost 20 years older than you. Don't do that. Hi, everyone. Come on in. Say hello when you come on. Put on my glasses. I mean, just say hello first of all before you just like, hey, it's just hello, Miss Amomi. What's it with a big gun? Hey, hello, Miss Sabina. How are you? It is God all the way. Hi, everybody. Alafiano Dadalawa. Thank you for asking. Hello, Miss Tina. How are you? What's going on? I miss you. Listen, Mama said Atlanta. Oh, I need sure now. This is going on again. Let me just text it because it keeps doing this. Sorry, let me know when I'm back on Instagram. Am I back? Can you guys see me on Instagram? I hope I don't have to start it all over again. Okay. Hello, Miss Fumilayo. How are you? 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Okay, I'm back. All right, good. Aggravating this way. No, so whenever I put it on do not disturb, okay. Everybody's call, even my kids' call doesn't go through, but there's this particular person in my contact. I'm probably gonna have to take him off of my contact. Here, little finance and that for whatever reason, my phone would not block his call from coming through. And for whatever reason, he decides to call me when I'm live. Anyway, I digress. Can you tell it's been a long week? It has been a long week. I'm telling you, it's been a long week. Oh Lord Jesus, I'm tired. But commitment is a commitment. Come on in, everyone. Say hello. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. We come on live every Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wherever else you are as far as time zone, figure that out. Again, I went to law school, so I don't have to do. Oh, see, thank you. Okay. That may be the issue. Okay. I'll check it when I'm done. Yeah, because it gets aggravating. It gets really aggravating. Hello, Miss Mary. How are you? Thank you, Miss Funlayo. It's been a long week. Criminal trial. It's been a long week. I'm sure you probably can tell from it. It's like I'm done with. I was almost going to cancel tonight. I ain't gonna lie, because like oh, Modeli, I was like, yeah. And then the teachers that usually gets him on Thursdays from school and deal with the whole sports thing and all that. But his dad is out of town, so I had to take that on this week. Like, yeah, hats up to the guy. And listen. Those people who use kids as pawns and you don't want the other parents. I don't know how you, because life gets harder. I am all for every parent jumping in, and Baba Kitty, like calling my baby Kitty, Dr. Lale. He is a very very present dad with running their practice, medical practice that he has without fail, unless he's out of time. Thursdays, it's all about him and his kid. So I don't look like what I've been through, right? Thank you. Still looking for myself. It's the makeup. It's the makeup. Good evening, Mr. Latuboso. So Thursday, I had to pick up that his part today. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what he does on Thursday. I'm like, oh, it's not funny. So hats off to the dads who also participate in the lives of the kids and raising kids. Anyway, this is attorney Abisola Adebola Olale, immigration attorney, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. If you are an immigration lawyer, you have an immigration case, if it's something we can help you with, we'll be honored and privileged and glad to help you through this crazy thing we call immigration journey and get you get you to where God has destined you to be. I talked the other day about one of my clients whose experienced spouse thought he was going to, he literally told her he was going to make sure she gets deported. Who speaks when God has, who dares to speak when God has spoken? When God has spoken, who are you to undo what he has destined for anyone? I'm telling you, there's nothing like having the fear of God and knowing that there's nothing like it. But anyway, come on in. Once again, this is Attorney Abisola Adebola Olale. Our contact information is 334-341-4475. It is question night. Yay! Questions. So my brain wasn't getting ready to prepare anything anyway, so and then we haven't done questions in like 4 live shows. But if you need to contact our office, contact information is 334-341-4475. Visit our website at olalelawfirm.com. Text the same number on WhatsApp. Once again, please understand, we do not take calls on WhatsApp. Our calls are strictly direct line to our office. WhatsApp is strictly for text messages. That helps us to keep a system that works, that flows. So we have people who call us like, we know the WhatsApp, go send to my phone WhatsApp, because we saw like 200 times. So no calls on WhatsApp. Text messages, that is so that's what we use that for. If you need to talk to somebody, then you got to call directly a direct line, which is the same number, but just not on WhatsApp. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. All platforms at Olale Immigration, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Very, very much appreciated. Prayers work a lot. Prayers do work. It may take a while. We may not see the results meet or what we intend, but prayers work. Even God saying no is prayer working. Even God saying no it means prayer work, because the fact that you want something doesn't mean that's part of your destiny. Let me say that again. The fact that we want something does not mean it's part of our destiny. And if it's not part of your destiny and it's going to, be a hard in your way, God is going to say no. So that's what it is. But anyway, so put your questions in the comment section and I'll get to as many as I possibly can. Disclaimer, general information, nothing specific to anyone's case. If you want something specific to your case, then you've got to do a proper paid consultation on the finance journey. I'll be glad to talk, to evaluate and talk and discuss your case with you. Our website is the fastest way you can schedule your consultation. Olalay Law Firm. I told you I'm tired. It's been a long week. Working from home tomorrow. Don't call me. Don't text. Don't ask of me. Just leave me the heck alone. OlalayLawFirm.com. We'll be glad to discuss your case with you and see what options you have regarding your specific case. Okay. So tonight is questions. Bring them on. Emani Cecilia, you didn't answer and what is on see. So questions and let's handle them and take care of those questions. Let me start on Instagram. I think it's been a while that I started on the Instagram. So once again, this is just general information. You know, if it helps, and like it helps a lot of people, but don't quote me and say that lawyer advised me. No, the advice to do anything. Aya_ZY. Hello, how are you? Let's see. Your name doesn't sound Yoruba, but it's not good. Either Edo or Delta. And Leman Sumo Yoruba, you understand Yoruba the most, even more than some of us. Someone, so I had a conversation like, okay, it's like so Yoruba. I'm like, see, my Yoruba is good, but because I talk pretty fast, I'm trying to learn to slow down. I can talk pretty fast Yoruba language. I know that's not my strength. Yoruba language is like 2, 3, 4 sentences, but that word lot together, it's not going to flow. Do you speak French? Do I speak French? I don't speak French. Okay. Is it possible to, once again, general information, put your questions in the comment section and I'll try to go around. If we have enough time, we'll do twice on each platform. Is it possible to expedite EAD as a new filing? Usually the requirement is for you to set it in and then get your receipt notice. Once you get the receipt notice, then you make the expedited request. How soon does green card come out after filing the marriage green card based green card? Okay, anything about processing times, how fast something is going to be, how long USCIS is taking, please go on uscis.gov/processing times. That is where you would get the average amount of time that is taking them to process or adjudicate a specific petition or application. That's where you need to go. Okay. Is travel parole advisable? I'm not sure what you mean by is it advisable. If your question really is it advisable to travel on advanced parole? I cannot tell you whether or not, unless you're a client of mine, I that's something I don't ever give advice on or suggest to travel. I just give you as general information as possible. If the only issue you have is overstay, and that's the whole point of you being able to get the advanced parole, to show that even though you've overstayed, USCIS has given you discretionary authorization to travel, and then you have that advanced parole to be able to present at the port of entry that would allow CBP to allow you back in based on the fact that you've got a pending immigration application. Now, if you've got other issues like any other inadmissibility issue outside of you overstaying your visa, then that's something you want to discuss with a lawyer before you travel. And that's usually how that's what I suggest on that as far as. But if you've got a lawyer, discuss, because your lawyer is conversant with your case and is in a better position to advise you whether or not you can travel because they know your case. So that's what I usually say. I usually require from my clients to call me, text me, let me know before you travel. When you're coming back, let me know so I am ready. Even if it's a weekend, I don't care. I need to know that you're back in the country without any problems. Hello, Tutola. Welcome aboard. This is Leah with a big God. Thank you, Miss. Hello, Miss Abdina. Wow. I'm let me not jinx it. I'm supposed to be in Atlanta, but I'll let you know. Maja Kevin. So okay, she oh mini amala. Yo, I love my Nigerian food. I'm already thinking. I think this because my mom sent me a whole lot of food. She sent me rich or very rich. Is that what you call it? Or very rich? Like it's got all parts of meat. Just name it. Shaki, goat meat, hen, um, mama. Just I mean, she. Listen, I don't have time to cook. My mama loves to cook. Yeah, banky. She loves cooking. I've never seen. And thank God she does, because I don't like to cook. I cook because the government says I gotta feed my kids. Other than that, feed my for everybody. So I think that's one of the reasons why I'm still single. Because African men love when you can cook for them. So if I can find someone who also doesn't mind cooking, because a lot of times he will probably end up. I'm I'm allergic to the kitchen. I think. But other than I should take you on my mother because you owe me that. And lembe. I want near shall I feel lewa. To the pops. Ekale. All right. Let's see. Mm, thank you, Miss Swimline. Can someone file for asylum after being in the U.S. for about 3 years? So generally, when you remote of Alabama, so you're in Alabama. Oh, it's next door or whatever. What city are you in? Alabama, you could to be Lottie. Well, I'll take that back. It depends. But generally, you're required to file for asylum within the first year of entry. But if you have a reason why you're not filing within the first year of entry that fits within the exemptions, um, changes in your personal circumstances, extraordinary circumstances, changes in country conditions, something in your life that fits within one of those exemptions, then you can file outside of the 1 year statutory period with explanation why that is and evidence to back that up. Sisi moya glasses in negba ke glasses in negba neg. Okay, y'all have to help me. Negba, I'm assuming it means that it's nice, right? I think we got them in here because Onegba, you might pronounce it correctly. Onegba or neg, I don't know. I think that's what you mean. But if that's what you mean, thank you. Kudos to Doctor. Kudos to Doctor Lale. Hey, you gotta give credit to whom it give credit where it's due. I ain't listen. When your kids tell you that they forget that you guys are divorced, that's saying something, right? I mean, because I from day one, I filed for divorce just if you're nosy about wanting, and don't ask me why. But the one decision I made from day one is I made a conscious decision that my I may be getting done with the marriage, but my children are not divorcing their father. My children did not divorce. I may have divorced their father. They didn't sign on with me to file any divorce. No. So nothing should have my decision doesn't have to affect their lives. It's bad enough they have to go from one house to another. That's the worst quote unquote that should happen. And so knock on wood, thank God 6 years post divorce, because it's not about me. I didn't make that decision with me. So, and as they get older, I think it was rough in the beginning. I ain't gonna lie, especially as an African man. Who born you to live an African man? He did not believe it. Like he was shocked. I'm crazy, y'all. He was shocked. I mean, he brought his mother from Nigeria. Who bring you familiar? I'm like, but I think myself in here, mom. Hey, mom, party wo, because then okay. Oh, your baby, but we thank God. We thank God. I mean, he's a very present dad. Can't even take that away from him. My boys would rather hang out with their dad than me because they say I yell all the time, and I'm always telling them what to do and not to do. He is a cool parent. He is more of leave daddy will does let's talk and let's talk calmly to them. I'm like, come gentle parenting. I didn't do that. We not doing that. Nothing like that. Look for gentle parenting. But anyway, yeah. So I'll try to get to everyone's questions. Let's see. Can someone who gets NIW approval apply for change of status when they file for asylum? So let me make sure I understand your question. You've got NIW approval, but you're not in any valid non-immigrant status. You are currently asylum pending, I'm guessing. So if you're not in any valid status, meaning in the non-immigrant status, because asylum is not a status, it's just an authorized stay, then you probably are not going to be able to change status or even adjust status without having to leave the country. Unless it's within, for instance, if your priority, I don't know what your priority date is, but if your priority date is within less than 180 days since you were out of the last status, then you still would be eligible to adjust status based on your NIW if your priority date gets current during that time frame. I need to file an I-130 for my husband and stepsons, but I want to know, can I apply for my husband first and add the kids later? Or do I have to include the kids at the time he applies? The question is, Real Diva Deluxe, are you a citizen or a green card holder? Are you American born? I don't know. I can tell by your username, but give me that some more information. I'll be able to tell you how to go about that. Let's see. Yes, disclaimer, all questions are general information, nothing specific to anyone's case. After VAS submission, when are they likely to call for biometrics? There's no time frame for that at all. And I know that it's not something you can find on their person time, but that varies. That just varies from, it could be a week from when you submit, could be a month. It just varies really. Yes, Finance Chani. Because the week started with criminal trials, and luckily I was able to plead. But it was from last week preparing for trials, so that was so heavy, and now culminated on Monday, and then try to catch up with immigration work, and still, like I said, I'm a full-time mom in my spare time. I practice law, so still prioritizing. I don't know. America will straighten you up, cause see how anybody's in your league. America will straighten you up. Lord have mercy. I'm just glad now because of my kids are much older. My oldest in college, and TJ's way bigger than his mom. TJ going to come and drive me around, but the kid is 13. He's 13. What can we do? The day it hit me, I'm like, y'all, if you're waiting to have your kids and space them apart, please don't. Because it hit me. I was like, okay, how do I have a kid who's already in college and driving, and I'm still driving one around? Like, okay, 𝒂𝒐𝒓𝒌𝒊𝒕. And I said, TJ, when are you going to start driving? He goes, well, because TJ is the youngest boy in his grade. He goes, well, that's going to be about 2 years. And I was like, wait. Even the 2 years from now, I'm going to say, you're not even driving by yourself in our state. You're going to still, because you're not 16 yet, so you still can drive by yourself. Someone needs to, I'm like, I'll be damned. Yes, my boy everywhere. And I mean, the kid is big ass. I'm like, why am I driving this big ass kid everywhere? But Lord Jesus, I'm telling you, 30 minutes at Joe. She'll push herself to answer most other questions. You already know, right? Okay. Do I help on getting visa? What do you mean help in getting visa? From where? Okay, I answered that question. I got my receipts, and can I see expedite? Can you still expedite? Then you can expedite anything with USCIS. You just have to have grounds for that. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Good evening. Hello, Mr. Maggie. How are you? I'm telling you, this is a miracle. I haven't heard from you in a while. Oh, that is a miracle. Are you serious? I even forget sometimes. Wow. How are you though? It's still on pending. Okay. One more. God bless grandma. I'm telling you, what would I do without my mother? I'm allergic to kitchen. I just go in because the government says I gotta feed my kids. You look. I'm not even surprised, financially, because your husband, the day we talked, he talked about your cooking. So I'm moving to your home. I just move in. I'm telling you, if I could afford it, I'll probably bring someone. I'll just hire a cook, a Nigerian cook, living just living with me, and then they would, make Nigerian, because my even the spaghetti and okay, make jollof for some of my kids, they love it. But the spaghetti I make for them, it's not even American, it's Niger style. So my kids will eat pepper like, if for instance, when I make omelette, it's Nigerian omelette, Nigerian pancakes. Even in the pancakes, TJ still loves me to put a little dash of pepper, so they're used to hot food. If it's not hot enough in his omelet, for instance, he will tell you it wasn't hot. I'm like, oh, get me a mouth on fire. So that's one of the things I would have been in the kitchen since 7. Are you serious? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, no, ma'am. Miss me with that one. No, ma'am. I go in the kitchen. I'm counting down the time I have to be done. That's me. Birmingham. Okay. Some of someone who loves cooking too. Can't do it. Let me see those who love good food. I love to eat. That hello, Mr. Kelvin. Amy, let me see, she. You don't get American food. I've been in this country. It's going to be 20. It's going to be 22 years in July. I just don't get this burger. That I just pizza. Hardly do you see me eat pizza. The time I order pizza is because I hardly order out, and that's one reason why I cook. But whenever we're doing like movie night at home, we order pizza, and it's just really for my kids. For the most part, you see me with maybe my mom has sent me in this swallow, or Gary and granuts. Yeah, I will eat. I will eat. I will eat though. Don't even try it. I will eat, but to cook it, no. Hello, Mr. Kelvin. I'm really, really hoping that with my schedule interviewing for a time that I'm free, I really want to meet you in person. Would love to meet you in person. That's it. I feel like tomorrow, like tomorrow for a while though. Tomorrow for a while, right? We've known each other for a while. But you drive me insane sometimes, and Hello, Island Girl. How are you? I-765 showed new card being produced, then case approved. How soon will I get the EAD? I don't know, but it will let you know. You get an alert that says we mailed your new card, so you can have your tracking number and see from there. I've done my biometrics for asylum case. Please, what benefits comes with the biometrics that I did? Nothing besides them taking your fingerprint. Yes, Spanish. Yep. Yep. Thank you, Miss Malaya. Emotional drama is not necessary, especially for growing kids. Mm-mm, mm-mm. That's one thing I refuse to do. I do family law too. So I think for me, that's where my passion to primarily represent fathers that are seeking visitation time or some custody time with their kids. I don't get it. I just don't get it. When I'm representing, the other party is like, no, he can't see the kid. Why? He's not unfit. He's not a drunk. He's working hard. Why? Because you're angry. Who cares why if you're angry? You're angry with him. What does the kid have to do with that? Because the kid is going to suffer at the end. And I am a big believer in the word of God and trying to live the best I can. Well, she pastor's wife, I already said that because I like I cuss. Don't keep your judgment to yourself. The way I pray, like yes, I reserve the right to be to cuss. So I can be pastor's wife, but Bible says you reap what you sow. You've got to understand that, especially when you have sons. I'm sowing into their lives that, obviously not divorce, but that they have people that they get married to that reference them and regard them and treat them with respect, regardless of whatever issues may be. That's just me. And why make the child suffer? Help me make it make sense. And then I like my time. I love my me time. I love me because you have to understand. I've got primary custody of my kids. I have since the divorce. I have primary custody of my kids, and obviously we have one that's 19 now, so he decides wherever he wants to go. But I have TJ throughout the whole school year, and then every other week he goes. Every other weekend goes to his dad's place, and we split the summertime. So for me, I'm always looking forward to summertime where I can have a whole week to myself without TJ, because and then I'm ready for him for another week. And so I don't get it. I don't get it. But does the approved EAD come with advanced parole in one card? And can I travel to other countries apart from my home country with the advanced parole? It depends on how US. Sometimes they may bifurcate your applications and send you your EAD first, and then your travel document in a separate, green paper or whatever color that is. And sometimes it may be a combo card. It's not always going to be a combo card. Okay, let's see. Okay, Rio Diva, you're U.S. citizen. All right. So, how old are the stepsons? How old are your stepsons? Let's start with that. How old are your stepsons? So, you're going to file for your husband separately. Can a non-STEM student file for EB2 or national interest waiver? And that question came up in one of my consults today. The fact that EB national interest waiver EB2 is not just for STEM students. There's a policy for STEM students or STEM occupations that streamlines how USCIS would adjudicate the cases, but anyone can file EB2 national interest waiver. After submission of when likely to call for biometrics, it can be 2 months, 4 months. I think one of my cases we filed in October. We just got his. Actually, I can tell you exactly because it's right here beside me. We just got the biometrics notice. So we filed this November. Well, receipt date is November 20. And then notice date for they're going to reuse his biometrics February 20, which is about a week and 2 days ago. So yeah. So I won't worry about that. The math didn't matter. I have 2 adults and a 6-year-old. Oh wow. The walls are starting again. God bless you. No. That is really wow. Really, like, okay. And when you're on company 6 years, because there's almost 6 years in my boys. Oh, okay. God. 2 adults and almost God bless you, Alan girl. You're a stronger woman than I am. He's a changed person. So what? So what? Let him change till Jesus comes back. No, I'm not. I'm not a changed person. So I'm still. What would USCIS ask for? W2 forms, 1040 pay stubs for EB1, 45 approval for someone on F2. I can answer that question. I just said, let me not disturb you because you have other clients, board immigration. Thank you. How do you even know all the things I do? See? Oh my goodness. The changed man. Oh my God. Oh Lord. But you don't even look like a foodie. Thank you, Jesus. If Jesus wanted me to, if I look, I'm telling you, y'all would not even know how much I eat. You'll be shocked. You'll be really shocked. Like, okay, people don't just eat. Well, y'all know that I told you my mom's family, they passed bum and thighs to us. So we don't need BBLs. We don't even tabashi along. Like we've got enough. And to be we can't even give the whole world. So I think that's where it all goes. That's if you meet me in person, you're like, yeah. Don't be fooled by the top. Like that's where it goes. So we don't need BBL. But about what jeans buy in my button. Hello, Ghanaian wife. How are you? I eat a lot. I do eat a lot. I got a notice of continuance after my naturalization interview. I've submitted what they requested. How long will it take to respond? They usually have the law says 120 days. After 120 days, they can reach out to the field office or contact USCIS and let them know that you've been waiting. That'll be awesome, Mr. Calvin. That'll be amazing. Yes. Okay, there's 6 and 8. So real difference in luck. So what you need to do is, so do you need to file for your stepsons or do you need to include them? No, because you are a citizen. So that means that you're going to be filing. So all 3 of them are considered as immediate relatives. So your husband and your 2 stepsons. That means that immediate relatives means that you cannot include the children on his petition. You have to file their own separate I-130 petitions for them. So you're going to be filing 3 different I-130 petitions. Now, whether or not you have to file theirs at the same time, no. You just have to file theirs before they turn 21. They were under the age of 18 when the marriage occurred. You just have to make sure you file for them before they turn 21, which is many, many years to come. So hope that answers your question. All right, let's see. And you already said it. That's being clear. I'm an F1 student, but I got my credits transferred to another university, but my concentration was in the STEM program with the school, but yet to secure a sponsorship job. Okay, so what's your question? Is Union Twinkle is not going to? Why would I know that? That's the queen of the bum bum. Submitted my I-130 with my husband's citizenship. He became a citizen Saturday, gone. I submitted my I-130 with my husband's citizenship. He became a citizen Saturday, gone. Can I submit my AOS or I have to wait until? Okay, so this is what I understand. You submitted your I-130, and at the time you submitted, well, your husband submitted an I-130 on your behalf. At that time, he was still a green card holder. He became a citizen this past Saturday. Congratulations on that. Your question is, can you now file for your green card application, or do you have to wait for the I-130 to be approved? If that's your question, you do not have to wait. Now that he's a citizen, that makes you an immediate relative. So that means you are allowed to do concurrent filing. How can I stay on status as the first 90 days to stay in the USA is already lapsed? How can you stay on status? So I'm assuming you haven't started school. Is that what you're saying? Let me go back to your. So is that your concern? Or you're yet to secure a sponsorship job? Okay, so are you in school? Are you on OPT? What is it that you? What is it? Are you? So are you? The 90 days will only make sense if you haven't received a job within. You have OPT and you haven't found a job within the 90-day period, or if you're talking of STEM. Okay, no, you said it's not STEM, because STEM will give you longer than that. I think that's 150 days or thereabouts. But or either 120 or 150. If you're talking, I think that's what you mean. Help me make it make sense, because I think there's a whole lot to your question still. All right, let me go while I wait for you to do that. Let me Sabina, thank you for it. Yes. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Olale Immigration. That'll be very much appreciated. Yes, we go live on Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8:30 Central Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, and represent immigration clients in all 50 states. Thank you. If my boyfriend has a felony, can he still petition for me to get a green card? Well, it depends on what the felony is. Most of the time, unless the person has, unless it's a sexual offense that falls under the Adam-Walsh Act, then if it does not fall within the Adam-Walsh Act, you should be fine, generally. All right, Miss. Okay, I'm coming. Yeah, to me some moment. But y'all don't be shocked when you see I eat a lot. I eat a lot, and I don't play with my food. And nobody should question me. Don't talk to me nothing when I'm eating. Please leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Do you know why just VAR case is the only form which increase the time processing? It's not the only form that has a longer time processing, but it's been that way for a while. You have to understand that with VAR, USCIS does not schedule interviews. So it's not something they can rush unless you expedite that, or whatever the case may be. But it's not you're not attending an interview, so they have to take the time and make sure that you've satisfied all the 7 requirements of a VAR case. But yeah, okay, let's go to TikTok. Let's see. Okay. How to upgrade F2A to CR1 I-130 approved after interview, but I-485 pending. How to upgrade it? Did the petitioner become a citizen? I mean, CR1. I mean, what I don't understand what you're asking. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for always being consistent. God bless you. Can I operate an LLC with an EAD card? Absolutely, as long as you are authorized to work, then yes. Let's see, make sure. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Just got a notification now. Okay, let's see. Ikaela Miss Larissa Nafelewa. Family of 5 planning to relocate to the States but wish to remain legally in the country. Okay. So what's your question? I got an RFE but sent out what they asked. It's been 2 months, no answer. So what is your question? Help me out. What is the question? We're going with a lawyer we feel like ain't wanting to help. He's never been in trouble. Okay, so can we restart over and go for a different visa? Like what? Estrella, what did you file? And then what do you mean that he's never been in trouble? What I don't get. There's no background information that you're giving me. What visa did you file? What different visa are you looking to? What is it that you filed? Okay, so pretty. Thank you. Is it possible to convert B2 visa to B1 if you're eligible to change status? Yes. Okay, you filed an I-130. Can you file for another visa? Like what? So are you the petitioner? I'm assuming you're the petitioner. You filed the I-130 on his behalf. What is the status of that? Was it denied? Is it still pending? What is going on? Is it possible to correct I-864 after RFE and realize you made a mistake with it? We all make errors. If you just want to, I mean, you cannot correct it in the sense of you've already sent it in, but you can send them an amended form and just indicating that you had already sent in your RFE. This is not an RFE, but there was an error that you want to correct and you want to send it. You can do that and see, or just wait if they ask you for any additional information. The lawyer never give us much options on any. They just told us, yeah. But if you're, I'm assuming your husband is not in the country, right, Estrella? If it's not in the country and he's already your husband, then that really is the only way you can bring him. You can file on his behalf to bring him in. Now he can apply for a visitor visa on his own, or any other kind of non-immigrant visa that he may qualify for. But if you're looking for a way you can bring him in, you're already married, so fiancé visa is not an option. Then you can use the I-130. Now, if it's taking a long time, you may want to look into filing the K3 visa, which is still a non-immigrant visa for spouses of for spouses of citizens like yourself who are waiting for the approval of the I-130. If that has not been approved, then you want him to not come in while that is still pending. Most of the time, USCIS approves them at the same time, so it usually doesn't make any difference. But there isn't many options based on what you're saying and given your circumstances. That's what the lawyer would be able to advise you to do. What is the best way to prove someone is a widow because they rejected a death certificate? Why would they reject that? I mean, that's the number one way you can prove that, unless you have affidavits from people in addition to that. There's a whole lot of information, background information than what you're just saying. So there has to be a reason why they rejected the death certificate. Good evening. I'm going to call you. I have important things to discuss with you. Yeah, you can call our office 334-341-4475. You'll be able to speak with someone and they will give you the information to set up a consultation to discuss your case. I want to adopt a child from Ghana. Can you be an attorney for this case? We represent clients for adoption process, but as far as the immigration part of it, but we cannot represent you for the adoption process in the home country. That's going to be someone who is a lawyer in that country. But once the adoption is now finalized, then we help people go through either the family-based adoption or orphan petition adoption. I have an I-130 approved filed by my dad, but I have overstayed my student visa. What do I do? You sit down with the lawyer to discuss what your options are. Let's see. Can someone still file for VA after 2 to 3 years of getting a divorce done? You can only file for VA after a divorce as long as it hasn't been more than 2 years since the divorce was final. If it's in more than 2 years, then you're out of luck on the VA case. I entered through port of entry and applied for asylum at the border. Is that legal entry? That applying for asylum is not an entry. That's just you're seeking a relief from being removed from the country. So, but that's not a legal entry because you applied for asylum. Can someone change from asylum to marriage petition? It's not necessarily that you're changing, but you are. So most people have pending asylums and they get married and then they file for a marriage-based petition, I-130, I-45, AOS, process. But this is what I usually suggest. That's just me. As long as your asylum is still pending, don't touch that. Let that just keep writing itself out. Once so can you still have a marriage case while you have a pending asylum? Yes. Don't touch that. Don't withdraw that because you're going to be risking being placed in removal proceedings. Once you get your green card, then at that point, notify the asylum office that you're now a green card holder, so you're withdrawing your case. But let it still roll while you pursue your marriage case. How long it's I-130 spousal U.S. citizen, USCIS.gov/present times will give you how long it's taken. Okay. I have a friend who has been here 10 years and has a baby, but she just lost her student status. Okay, so what is the question? What can she do? She can sit down with a lawyer to evaluate her options. Where do you send VA renewal EAD documents to? Depending on if you filed your VA as a one-step or if you converted from a regular case to a VA case and your I-45 is pending at a field office. But USCIS.gov/present time is where you need to go to figure out where exactly to send your case, either to the Vermont Service Center or a filing location. What happens when someone changes from B1B2 visa to F1 visa? Will the tourist visa be canceled? It's not like it's canceled, but you're changing your status. So you're no longer going to be on a B1, B2. You're going to be an F1 visa. So it's the visa doesn't control what happens in the United States. That your status, your current status is what controls. So you cannot maintain two different non-immigrant status at the same time. Do I need letters from friends if I'm filing for my daughter? Letters from friends for what? I have two bachelor's degree and an honorary degree, and I'm here on F1. Can I apply for EB2? You can set up a consultation with any lawyer who does employment based to have your case evaluated. Just because you say you have bachelor's degree or two back doesn't mean that you're automatically qualified. There's a whole lot that goes into the evaluation than just degrees. Do I need to submit letters from friends to USCIS if I'm filing for my daughter? Why? I'm trying to understand what you need letters from friends for if that's your child. All you need to prove relationship is birth certificate from that has your name on it, or if unless it's something I'm missing from your question. How long after you file would your child be able to come up? How long after you file what? It's been 6 months. My interview just got scheduled. No EAD. What does this mean? It means your interview just got scheduled. My husband is a citizen and wants to change my status. I have a pending case already. What do we do? Sit down with a lawyer to discuss your case and see what that pending case is and how filing for you is going to change or how you have to proceed with that. Let's see. What are the options if you've been here 10 years but lost student status? Sit down with a lawyer. That's what how you figure out what your options are. My husband's 601A was approved. What happens next? I'm assuming that the case has already been transferred to National Visa Standard. You've already applied for all of that good stuff. Or if you've not, then you start applying at the if it is an immediate relative case or your party is current, then you apply for the immigrant visa at the embassy. Now that he's got the approval, once the interview is scheduled, he goes to that consulate of embassy to apply for his immigrant visa. My vow was approved last June. Congratulations. Got RFE for medical in July. They proceeded in August and no update. Yes, it's taking a while, really. Can 2 years conditional green card can be a co-sponsor? Can be my co-sponsor. You mean a joint sponsor in your for I-864? Is that what you mean? Mozan, is that what you mean? If that's what you mean, yes. Short answer, yes. Can I open a joint account with my girlfriend a year before we get married? Absolutely. Actually helps your case. Is it possible for a U.S. citizen to file for a son-in-law who is present? There's no category for sons or daughters-in-law. Can you please repeat the pending asylum case and married to a citizen changing status part? What basically in a nutshell, if you've got a pending asylum case, that does not prevent you from still having a marriage-based case. One does not affect the other. They're mutually exclusive. But if you start, or if and when you start the marriage case, do not pull your asylum case. Just leave it where it is until you get your green card from the marriage. When you not get your green card from the marriage, then you contact your asylum office and ask them that you want to inform them you want to withdraw your case at that point. Joint sponsor, yes, a conditional resident can be a joint sponsor. Okay. If the I-130 got denied, will it affect the I-485?
It would depend. If I-130 got denied because of misrepresentation or submission of fraudulent documents, and they feel like we're gonna have to hold you from going anywhere, then if it has to do with inadmissibility issue, then there's a potential impact on your 485. Okay, you're welcome. All right, let me go. I'm really getting tired, y'all. So, um, is it normal for USCIS not to send a new prima facie before the current one expires? My current one expired 5 days ago. Still waiting on a new one. It's not like it's normal, but it happens. Let me put it that way. I got RFP to supply W2 when I AB1 when I filed AOS for me and my wife and the child. Okay, you're the same person on Instagram. I cannot talk about why USCIS sent you an RFP for that. I can speak on that because I don't know anything about the background of your case. Hello, Mr. Pascal. How are you? Do you only work in Alabama cases? When it has to do with immigration cases, I represent immigration clients in all states. I've said that all the time. We say it every single time. It's on our website. So we represent immigration clients in all states. Now, if your case has to do with non-immigration cases, then it's going to be strictly people who are residents of Alabama. I'm licensed in New York, but I'm just don't practice there because I'm physically present in Alabama. Hope that helps. Can someone that came in through F1 visa but failed to finish his program before his I-20 was terminated, what is possibility of getting legal status again? Speak with a lawyer to discuss what your options will be. If you have a child with someone else during your 3-year marriage or 3-year marriage for citizenship, will you still be able to qualify for citizenship after 3 years in that marriage, or you will have to wait for 5 years? General information: if you've got a child during that 3 years of your marriage, and let me put it this way, USCIS can deny your citizenship application based on lack of good moral character. If they, obviously you have to list your child because that's one of the requirements. So they can deny your citizenship application based on lack of good moral character. So because extramarital affairs, it's in its statutes. It's the reason for them to deny your case. If you know that's something that may potentially affect your case, then you may want to wait 5 years and give yourself a clear 5-year period of good moral character. That's what I would suggest without having more information about your case. Okay. My mom filed an I-130 for my brother, and he was denied an I-485 due to not having maintained non-immigrant status. What can he do again and avoid being denied? Sit down with a lawyer and figure out. But if he's most likely probably over 21, out of status. If you're out of status, then you're in preference category. You just can't adjust status based on that I-130 petition. But as far as what else he can do, he's gonna have to sit down with a lawyer to explore his options. If a person has an approved I-140 and they have an approved B1, B2 visa, can they come into the U.S. and adjust status? You cannot come into the U.S. for the sole purpose of filing for a green card. But if you got a visitor visa that's valid, you can come to visit. Now, once you're visiting and it's past 90 days, right? And your priority date is current, that's another thing that matters, then you can file to adjust your status, generally. Okay. All right, yo. I am literally dealing with a headache. So I think on Tuesday we will do yet another question time. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. Finance Chinese. My girls know me very well. I push myself too much, but I have to know what the limit is. But let's do questions again. I'm sure Miss Illinois Sanctor will remind you. We'll do questions again on Tuesday, but I really need to go shut down. But before I go, it's been God has started well with us. We thank God for the blessings He has given those who have been able to share testimonies with one another. And as we start a new month tomorrow, it's about this is leap year. We're 29th today, but as we start a new one tomorrow, we're trusting and believing God that we're going to march into greatness. We're going to march into abundance. We're going to march into favor. We're going to march into grace. That which the enemy thought they had stolen from us. The Bible says we restore the years that the locust been and the cankerworm have eaten. We're going to march into restoration. And as we go into this new month, believing and trusting that we're marching into success and our destinies being aligned the way God wants them to be, we'll come back together and share testimonies with one another. And so shall it be. I'll see you guys next time.